Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all good. All good.
Are you ready for your 73 questions today?
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's get into
rip
it. Who are you?
I'm Harry Holzer.
What year are you?
I'm a sophomore
At which school?
at Harvard.
And what's your major?
My major is history and literature with a secondary in VES, which is basically just film studies.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What is your passion?
Well, I'm a professional actor, so since I was 10, I've been acting in the world of like film and television, basically. But I came here because I wanted to learn how to like maybe potentially get behind the camera, do like some production and screenwriting. So I'm trying to take classes here, which will effectively teach me how to do that.
Beautiful. Why did you
Thank
choose
you.
Harvard?
Why did I choose Harvard? Honestly, because of the film program. And I don't even want to call it a film program. I more want to call it film classes, but it's super interdisciplinary. You know what I mean? Like, you can sort of take classes that have a lot of overlap. So I've always been interested in literature and history, which is why I ended up doing history and literature as a concentration. But you're able to find like a lot of overlap as to how like, you know, studying literature, studying history can effectively filter into like screenwriting or film production or things like that, because they're kind of quintessential elements of it. It's just like more behind the scenes, you don't really realize it, you know?
Super cool. Are you happy you chose Harvard?
I am stoked I chose Harvard. I honestly think like more stoked on it this year than I was last year, freshman year. It's a little dark for the guys, but it's all good. It gets a lot better, and it's been getting better this year. You're sort of more introduced to the campus and social life, which is great.
Beautiful. Yeah. 1 to 10, how similar is Harvard to the movies? 1, it's nothing like it, or 10, it's identical?
Okay, that is an amazing question. Like, what movies are we talking? Are we talking like Social Network? Are we talking like Good Will Hunting? Like
any movie.
All right, like I'll start with like Social Network. I'd give that like a 6, maybe 6 or 7.
If you had to choose a song to describe your college experience, what would you choose?
Shots by LMFAO. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, that's tough. I'll go with Making Banana Pancakes by Jack Johnson.
Great song.
Trying to stay positive out here, you know?
What's your favorite thing about Harvard?
I love the student body. It's just great people. The energy here, that's like another reason why I chose it, was because I wanted to be surrounded by people that were like intellectually stimulating in terms of just like having that energy of like wanting to, and also just everyone here is so interesting. Like, you could talk to anybody and within their field, they just do something absolutely insane. And it's like they're the best of the best at like one thing. And you get to meet so many cool people here. So I think the student body has honestly been the best thing about Harvard.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Where are we right now?
Right now we're in the quad. Welcome to my home. This is the quad. Yeah, MTV, welcome to my crib. So if you like look out here, there's like the quad over there. It's like the quad lawn, which is pretty nice. It's nice. It's definitely like you're removed from the energy of campus, which is a good and bad thing, I think.
Would you say the quad is your favorite place on campus?
No.
What's a Harvard stereotype that holds true?
That is a hard question. I'm gonna go with like just the fact that everyone here is wicked smart, you know? People here are just like, everyone is actually smart, almost intimidatingly so. You meet a lot of people and you're just like, Jesus, that you are just of an intellectual level, which is just so far superior to mine. So not only, I mean, that's an amazing thing. Just because you can have conversations with them would sort of almost make you smarter and incentivize you to like work harder in your field and like try to become smarter yourself, you know? So obviously the thing is like within your class, you're never gonna be the smartest person unless you are the smartest person. And if you are, then hey, kudos to you. Not me though, could not be me.
What would you rate your dining hall experience, 1 to 10?
Oh man, I don't wanna take a dump on HUDs right now, but like probably like a 4, I'd say. Ooh, I know, that's not good. 4 is like really low. Like when you're below 5, you might as well be at 0.
What's the worst thing you've ever ate at the dining hall?
Ooh, oh, I remember this. There was this one time, and I kid you not, like, so they were serving, like, I forget what it was, but it was like an Asian chicken dish, right? And I was like, this looks yum. So I just like took a thing, you know, and I put it on my plate. I don't know why I'm saying a thing. I took a spoonful and I put it on my plate, and I went and sat down, started eating it. And I was like, man, this tastes like sort of fearfully like chicken McNuggets. And then as I kept eating, I was like, these are chicken McNuggets. I was like, wait, these are literal chicken McNuggets that I'm feasting on right now, just covered in a sort of like soy sauce. And I was like, come on, we can do a little better than this. I was like, I could have just Uber Eats McDonald's at this point, bro. So,
What's the go-to place on campus for late night snacks?
Oh, El Jefe's, bro. shout out my people at El Jefes. You guys hold it down. I love you all. I'm sorry, I've probably caused a ruckus in there one too many a time, but you're cool with it. Jefes is sick. It's open till 4 in the morning, and it's good food. It's Mexican, like, you know, bowls, burritos, nachos, whatever you really want. I'm there all the time. You can catch me there probably like 3 or 4 times a week, honestly.
What clubs are you involved in on campus?
Not many. I spend most of my time like, you know, I want to become a writer, or, you know, film producer. So I spend a lot of my time just sort of like trying to write stories or trying to create content myself. I'm involved in like this sort of like skit group with a couple of my friends too, which formulated recently, actually. So I do a lot of that. I'm in the Canadian club because I'm half Canadian. My mom is actually from Toronto, so I visit Canada a lot, and I love it, and it's awesome. Everyone should visit Canada. It's a great place.
Is there Greek life on your campus?
I think there are a couple of frats, but I don't think they're popular and like people join them, but they're definitely not that common, I want to say.
So you're not in one?
I'm not in a Greek club, no.
If you're not in a Greek life, do you feel like you miss out?
No, I don't, honestly. There are other clubs too, which sort of like help out with those the experience of that. And the people that like go out on this campus, I feel like also just like they find each other, and the people that don't also find each other, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like beautiful in that way.
How often would you say people go out?
Good question. So I will say, don't sleep on Harvard in terms of people going out, okay? I know the stereotypes probably that we're all nerds who don't go out at all, but not true, we actually do. Should we head out to the quad a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Should we see it? So I know that's probably the stereotype, but no, kids actually do go out here. I wanna say like, if you want, you could probably find something to do like Wednesday through Saturday, which isn't bad. I know like other places it's like Tuesday to Monday, so I'm sorry, but if you really wanted to find something to do, I think, and like you would have to try really hard if you wanted to go out Wednesday to Saturday. You'd have to like make an active effort to do that here, but you probably could figure it out.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What's a typical Harvard party outfit?
Oh, well, it depends if it's themed or not. A lot of parties here are kind of themed, and if they are themed, then you'll go to this place called the Garden District, which is about like 10-15 minutes away, and you'll like figure out, it's awesome too, because it's like you can buy a costume there, but then there's also just like it's like a thrift store basically, so there's all this like old-timey like cool clothing that you can use to like sculpt some outfits. I'm big into dressing up for the parties, especially if there is a theme, but oftentimes if there's not a theme, it's really lax. It doesn't really matter. I mean, like probably like a button down, maybe some slacks, you know, shout out Tom Slack. What?
How late do the parties run until?
Typical party I'd say ends around like 1:30.
If Harvard was an alcohol, would you say it would be a fine wine, a scotch, a beer, or tequila?
Wow, that is an amazing question. Not tequila. I'll cross that one off the list immediately. Had some dark nights with that. Let's say, I don't think it would be a fine wine either. What was the middle?
A scotch or beer?
Ooh, these choices. Can I make one up?
Yeah, make one up.
I'm thinking Malibu. I'm thinking it's gonna be a little Malibu.
Okay, and why?
Because I want to say, like, you know, Malibu's like 20%, right? It's like, it's super sweet, but it's also like, you know, you don't have to get hammered off it if you don't want to. And I would say that is a perfect metaphor for Harvard. Super sweet, and if you can get hammered if you want, but you also don't have to, you know?
That's perfect description. How late do your libraries stay open?
So late. So there's this thing called Lamont, which is Lamont Library. That stays open 24 hours. And there's a cafe, which is pretty awesome. So during finals week, which is like a week on campus here, which is pretty dark, that's where you see like all the students sort of like studying for stuff. You'll literally like see people in there for 24 hours, just pulling all-nighters, and there's coffee because the cafe is always stocked up. We have this thing called Board Plus too, which is really nice. We get like $60 of cash basically on our Harvard ID, and that works at LambCaf. So you can just go there and get coffee, and honestly, if you're spending your money well and you're conserving, then you don't have to fear. You'll be able to make it through the year on coffee and whatever you need.
Well, that rhymed.
Did it?
Yes, it did.
Wow, I'm a regular poet. How many libraries on campus? So the thing is, every house also tends to have a library, like when you get into upperclassmen housing. So the two main libraries are Lamont Library and Widener Library.
What's your typical class size?
So I'm in history and literature, which is like a you know, more focused on like seminar style teaching, which I really like, honestly. So most of my classes hover between like 15 to 20 people. Some of them are even smaller, some of them like 10.
How many hours of homework do you do a day?
I would say I tend to fall on the much lighter side than most kids here. I don't know, like, I feel like I'm like not a good judge of it, because sometimes I literally do like no homework at all, and then other times I'm doing like 5 to 10 hours a day. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like it just depends. But when work does come, it hits. It hits. It hits
Would
hard.
you say you're sleep deprived?
Yes.
What's the best tip for juggling social life and school?
Woof. Yeesh. Just get your work done. Like that's what I'd say. Like, and try to get ahead of it too. You know.
1 to 10, how attractive is your student body?
Whew. Oh, you're killing me with this one. I don't know if I should answer honestly. 10, smoldering. No, like a 7, 6 or 7.
So pretty attractive.
Yeah.
Hookups or ships? What's the dating culture like?
Oh, definite ships. We're big into ships, I'd say.
Which athletic team has the most clout?
Hockey team.
1 to 10, how would you rank your school spirit?
Oh no. I don't want to expose myself right now. Not high. I don't know if I want to go 1 to 10, but it's not high.
How fashionable would you say your campus is?
Oh, people kind of drip sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. Like, I walk around sometimes and I'm like shocked to see how good people look. Give us like a 7 or 8, I'd say. I'm gonna get a coffee.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet. You
How
guys
much
can
do
see
you
the
walk
D
a
hall.
day?
What's that?
How much do you walk a day?
Oh, I walk a lot now because I live on the quad, and like honestly, the shuttle is good, but it's not great. Like sometimes the app, there's like this app which tells you where the shuttle is, like when it's coming, and oftentimes it doesn't really work. You know what I mean? So the thing about it is like the quad is like not that far from campus. It's like I said, 15-minute walk. So often I'll just walk it over there, put my headphones in, listen to some music, get my playlist going, and just hit it. You know?
Where is this?
This is the D hall. Looks like they got some breakfast going right now, or some lunch. I don't know.
Do a lot of your students ride skateboards or scooters or bikes?
Yes, actually, I think those are really popular. So most of the people here, like I'm honestly the exception, I would say. Most people here ride bikes, which makes a lot of sense because if you're biking, like, oh no, I don't know. If you're biking, you get to the quad. You get from the quad to campus so quickly.
What's the typical temperature in the winter?
Cold, cold to say the least. If I had to guess, like average temperature, it would probably be like in the 20s. I would say most days. Like, it is really cold, and then it gets down to it can get down to like the single digits.
Is there a certain article of clothing that you see most people on campus wear?
Canada Goose, baby. Everyone's got their goose out. I'm not even lying. Like, the amount of goose that you see here is kind of insane. I was gonna say repulsive, but it's not repulsive because people buy good gooses with good variety for sure.
What's an essential item to bring to campus when you move in?
So this is something that I sort of learned was essential this year, and I didn't really know it before. But I have this Express Steam like handheld steamer, which is like reusable and really easy to operate, that my mom got me. And then also a handheld vacuum. Just everything handheld. That's
Everything
what you need.
handheld.
You need stuff that's handheld.
How often do you leave campus?
A lot.
How close is the nearest airport?
That's the amazing thing about Boston, is that everything in Boston is like 20 minutes away.
Fill in the blank. If I had known blank about my school, I would have never chosen it.
Whew. If I had known the depths of the cold that I was going to be facing.
Have you ever seen a celebrity on campus?
I have, yeah.
Who?
Lil Pump. Lil Pump was here last year. Travis Scott was also here last year. There are a lot of celebrities that come to campus too and will just like give lectures just because they're interested and fascinated by doing it.
Who's your favorite alumni?
Gotta give credit to Matt Damon, you know?
Do you feel like all socioeconomic classes are represented at Harvard?
I do. I think that they're represented pretty well, yeah.
How often do you see the president of Harvard?
Very rarely. I met him one time. Shout out Bacow. Or Bacow? I don't know. I don't even know what his name is, see?
Do you think you've met a future millionaire?
So many. I think I've met like multiple future millionaires, yeah.
Would you say Harvard is academically competitive, or do you guys help each other out?
Both. I would say both. I would say overwhelmingly it is more about helping each other out.
Do the majority of the kids want to change the world or just be rich?
I would say there's a mix of both. I think the former is a lot more admirable than the latter, but I understand the latter as well.
Do most graduates have jobs when they graduate?
Yes, actually. Or at least the grand majority of the people I've talked to have a job already.
Is your campus diverse?
Yes, I think it is very diverse.
Do you think it needs more
at least
diversity?
from what I've encountered. Do I think it needs more diversity? I think diversity is never a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, so I genuinely think that, like, you know, all races, all creeds, all ethnicities should be represented no matter where you are, because that's the world. You know what I mean?
Describe the best party you've been to.
Wow. Like, to fully describe it, let me think. Halloween party. It was pretty fun. Dressed up a lot. Like, everyone was dressed up. The space was totally full. The music was really good. The drinks were really good. So, like, when you got all that going on for you, that's like pretty A1, and you're looking pretty good. You're flying pretty, I'd say. You're flying
Do you
pretty,
think
pretty.
Harvard
Wow,
is the
stupid.
best Ivy League?
Yes. And I know I'm talking to someone from Penn, but I'm going to say yes. Maybe not for social life. Maybe we don't have the best social life, but I think in terms of just student body, location, and just general, like, academics and, like, the availability of classes that you have at your disposal, I would say it's sort of unrivaled. I just do think it's the best.
So should everybody watching apply to Harvard?
Hell yeah, of course you should. And hit me up if you have any questions. Yeah, no, I do not regret coming here whatsoever. I'm so happy to be here. I love the people. It's a great place, and I cannot wait for these next 2 years.
Perfect. That's it. Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.